Tobias, Kyion, you guys are new to the mix this year, and looks like the wide receiver room just really got a dynamic jolt injection of talent. What do you guys feel like you bring to the field individually?
I'll start with me. I say I just bring a deep threat, but also able to run, shut down reads, and run across the middle of the field, and really run at all levels of the field. But really, my speed is what the difference maker.
For me, kind of like the same thing, but I'm a very big yak guy. I like getting open field, doing what I do, and I feel like that's something that I really do bring to the table. It helps open up the offense a lot more.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the yak, you seem to have a lot of wiggle in your step out there. Once you get the ball, you're not just looking straight ahead. You're juking guys and leaving their chalks on the field sometimes too. Is that a good feeling?
Yes, sir. It really is. And plus, it makes plays look pretty. So
it's a pretty good watch. I was going to say that.
And Tobias, obviously, you're a deep threat. You were a deep threat at Notre Dame, and you've had several long catches or TD catches here in fall and a good spring too. Can you talk a little bit about your overall game? Obviously, deep threat. What else you bring to the field?
I think, deep threats is always the beginning, but I think being a deep threat opens so much because it scares the DBs. They're scared of my speed, so it makes everything else a little bit easier. And I think over the years I've grown into a complete receiver, being able to shut reads down, like I said earlier, being able to, I might not have the wiggle after the catch, but before the catch or in the route, it's always there. And making guys look a little silly sometimes is always fun.
Yeah. Now, you seem to be a little bit more laid back, and in the spring you're a little bit quieter, but I think guys like Kyion are bringing a little swag to the field, to your wide receiver room. Do you feel that? Are you guys going out there with a little swag and confidence, thinking we can beat these guys?
Yeah, we're waking it up.
Yeah, I think talks about Coach BT talks about how in the past, this is no shade anywhere, but it's hard to back up when we're not cooking them. But now we're talking it and we're walking it, so it's really fun. It's really fun to do, and guys like Kyion who like to do a little extra sometimes, make me stay on my toes and make sure I'm backing them up when it happens.
What's the atmosphere like in the wide receiver room and off the field when you're hanging out?
It's very different, it's a brotherhood, and I'm not going to say it's different from where I've come from because those guys are still my brothers, but it's kind of like the same thing, it's a brotherhood. We love each other, we hang out as much as possible, we do as much as possible off the field, so that really helps for when we get out here, we got each other's backs all the time.
Yeah, I think football, it's impossible to be away from each other. We're always around, and offense did a really good job this season of doing extra things. We went camping, we had a watch party of the UFC fights and stuff like that, and doing the extra things to come together and just really make sure that it works when you're on the field.
What do you think this offense can accomplish this year?
A lot.
I think, whatever they say, whatever, it's going to be a lot of surprise faces when it comes out there. I think we have a really good chance of being a really good football team.
Can you talk a little bit about what Coach Blesch's philosophy is with you guys and how he runs this offense?
I can't say it because it's a bad word, but throw that blank deep.
Throw it deep. Just put it up there.
That's what Coach Blesch wants to do. That's what Nando wants to do. That's what Chandler wants to do. CJ, all those guys, they want to get the ball deep, and then we're going to throw RPOs and we're going to run the ball.
Can you talk a little bit about the differences between Fernando and Chandler and CJ?
Those guys, I can't say nothing about any of them. They're all great people, great quarterbacks, great leaders on and off the field. There's obviously little characteristics that separate them, but they're all three of them are spot on great.
And the fact that they can run a little bit help open things up too?
It's all helpful.
Definitely, especially in our RPO game, we love to, when Chandler's in the backfield, it opens the whole field up, and now the defense is worried about one more person, so it makes everything else easier for everyone.
And you've got a pretty deep running back room. Does that take the pressure off the receivers because they can't really key on you?
It kind of turns it up a little bit because we have Ott, and Ott's going to do his thing, but also it's going to give us a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So it really you think about it, what are we going to do with those?
Yeah, we talk about complementary football, them being able to run the ball and us being able to RPO game opens up the deep shots, open up whatever we want on the outside, and same for us. We're going deep, and they can't back the box anymore for us, so we can run it both ways.
So you played at big programs, Notre Dame and Ohio State, and you've seen some big opponents. But how fired up are you going to be to start off the season? Your first two road games at Auburn and Florida State.
I can't wait. I ain't got no words. I got some friends on those teams, but I can't wait.
Ditto that. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go and play. Camp's great, but we all want to play football.
Even as a media guy, I'm fired up. I want to lace them up too.
Absolutely.
Well, looking forward to the season. Thanks for sticking around to talk.
Yes, sir.